there was not a single thing that had happened, but 8.5 million had been paid out. So in a nutshell, this county pays you before even you start the work. Indeed, when the County Assembly's Committee on Implementation visited the site, they found that the contractor had only supplied materials. Contrary to the Finance Department's report to the Assembly, that kitchen and staff house was at the walling stage, while the MCH is at the slab level, which was true, Mr. Speaker. Nothing was there, but the contractor claimed to have done that. Roman number 6, other violations of constitution and the law. Number 25, the present and former Chief Executive Committee members and the chief officers have variously reported coercion by the governor to make financial allocation for the governor's own use from funds allocated to their respective departments, and which funds they were required to remit through the governor's personal assistants. Number 26, Mr. Speaker, violation of Article 201A, D, E of the Constitution 2010 on principles of public finance management, and Article 226 as read with Article 227 of the Constitution by presiding over glaring irregularities evidenced by number A, irregular award of contracts and evasion of accountability. Number B, willfully interfering in procurement processes and award of tenders. Number C, skewed tender awards to various contractors at inflated rate and in collusion with fraudulent contractors and suppliers. Number D, irregular implementation and unfair distribution of various programs in the county. And number E, intentionally and negligently presiding over massive theft of county public funds, as evidenced by the Auditor General's report for the preceding financial years, which have raised red flags over various projects. Number 27, Mr. Speaker, on August 15th, 2023, the governor compensated victims of Londiani accident from the county emergency fund to cover up for the funds raised by the public and misappropriated by a committee he had formed to steer the fund drive, and without a cogent explanation of how the funds publicly raised for the victims had been expended. Evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, and complicity in the aforementioned acts of misappropriation, misallocation, and illegal drawing of county revenue and county finances is to be found in Roman number 1, report of the ad hoc committee on the alleged fictitious payments, that is exhibit number 1. Roman number 2, a bundle of sample vouchers, payment requisitions, delivery notes, LSOs, etc. on the payments made. Kericho County Assembly exhibit number 2. Roman number 3, joint committee report of the County Assembly on the implementation status of National Agriculture Value Chain Development Project, NAFCDP, in Kericho County Assembly, exhibit number 3. Roman number 4, World Bank Project Implementation Manual for NAFCDP, Kericho County, exhibit number 4. Number 5, Joint Committee Report on the Implementation Status of FLOCA programs, Kericho County Assembly, exhibit number 5. Roman number 6, Report on the ad hoc Committee on Kazim Tani Project, Kericho County Assembly, exhibit number 6. Roman number 7, Committee on Implementation Report on the motion of Strategic Intervention Project, Kericho County Assembly, exhibit number 7. Roman number 8, a bundle of vouchers for the payment of various projects under the Strategic Intervention Projects, Kericho County Assembly, exhibit number 8. Roman number 9, affidavits of Mr. Eric Koech, Kericho County Assembly, exhibit number 9. This is a former CEC who has a lot of transactions to the governor. And number 10, video clips marked KAV 01 and KAV 02. This, Mr. Speaker, is one where the governor was addressing the public in Kamolok village just recently. And another one is where he talked about, I nowadays have money. I used not to have money, because we have to revisit that, Mr. Speaker. Roman number 2. Misappropriating and or abetting misappropriation of the funds publicly raised for the victims of Londiani accident. Number 1, on various dates between 4th July 2023 and 9th July 2023, the governor grossly violated the provisions of Article 10, 75, 73, and 75 of the Constitution and Sections 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012. Number A, overseeing misappropriation of funds for the victims of horrendous Londiani Junction accident tragedy, in which over Kenya shillings 9 million of the public funds were lost. Number B, reneging on his undertaking to implement the report of the County Assembly's ad hoc committee formed to probe the misappropriation of funds meant for the victims of the accident. There is evidence that the governor filed a suit and or supported a suit by those implicated in the report of the County Assembly's ad hoc committee in Kericho ELRC petition number E006 of 2023. That is, Dr. Wesley Kabor and 5 others versus the governor, the county government of Kericho County government, and others. And Kericho ELRC petition number E014-2023, that is Victor Tum and others versus the governor, Kericho County government, and others. Number C, being personally and directly complicit in the flawed award of direct tenders for service providers during the fundraiser and requiem mass of the victims of the accident. Number D, the county governor has in his regard committed numerous and various acts in the course of his duties that are contrary to and in violation of Constitution and laws of Kenya. These include Roman number 1, the authenticity of various payments made cannot be confirmed. The fact that the exact amount of money expended from the sum collected during the fundraiser points to impropriety and suggests a clear fraud on those whom the funds ought to have benefited. Roman number 2, a total of Kenya shillings 13,682,660 was collected at the fundraiser. A sum of Kenya shillings 423,000, that is in figures, Kenya shillings 423,000, was purportedly expended as pastors' facilitation, transport refund, field preparation, lunches and refreshments, printing, publishing, and radio announcements. Other payments that were approved from the fund were the Kericho County Referral Hospital. They were allocated 2,037,524. Londiani Hospital, Kenya shillings 1,534,190. Supertrix Limited, Kenya shillings 2,945,000. Supershine Limited, Kenya shillings 411,000. Raise Hotel, Kenya shillings 100,000. County Commissioners Fuel, Kenya shillings 300,000. Number 3. That when Kenyans from all walks of life voluntarily made contributions to aid the victims of the tragedy it was never intended or anticipated that the funds would be misappropriated with the blessings of the governor, whom had a higher calling to ensure the money is accounted for to the last coin, and on whom the people bestowed their trust. Roman number 4. The governor issued contradictory statement insofar as the use of the fund is concerned. The contradictory statements point to his being complicit in the manner. Roman number 5. While the governor is on record indicating that the medical bills for all the victims would be waived and taken care of by the county government, it is not clear why money had to be paid out of the fund collected to various public hospitals against the express and unequivocal representations of the governor. Number E, by his act of omission and commission, the governor has grossly violated the provisions of Article 75 of the Constitution, which demands that a state officer shall, whether in private or in public, behave in a manner that avoids conflicts of interest between personal interests and public or official interest, or compromises public interest in favor of personal interest. Number F, by overseeing misappropriation of the funds aimed at assisting the victims of the accident, the governor violated Article 73(2), which demands from him selfless service based solely on public interest, demonstrated by honesty in execution of his duties, accountability to the public for decisions and actions, and discipline and commitment in service. Number G, by allowing himself to be a master of doublespeak in such grave matter that shook the conscience of the nation, the governor violated Article 73, 1A, 2, 3 of the Constitution, which demands that he at all times demonstrates respect to the people and brings honor and dignity to the office he holds. Number H, by allowing himself and senior officials close to him to benefit from the funds, the governor violated Article 76(2)(b) of the Constitution, which prohibits state officer from accepting a benefit in circumstances that compromise the integrity of the state officer. Number I, by failing to ensure that decision-making in the executive office of the county governor are not influenced by corruption, nepotism, and other callous and improper motives, the governor has failed to exercise objectivity and impartiality, thus violating Article 73(2)(b) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, and complicity in the acts of misappropriation and or abetting misappropriation of publicly raised funds is to be found in Roman number 1, the report on the investigation of Londiani accident victims held on 4th July 2024, Kericho County Assembly Exhibit number 10. Roman number 2, affidavit filed by the governor in Kericho ELRC petition number E014 of 2023, Kericho County Assembly Exhibit number 11. And Roman number 3, video clips number KCAV 3 and KCAV 4 and KCAV 5. Mr. Speaker, this is where the governor, when the report, when you formed the other committee, the governor said, I'm waiting for the findings, Mangetu Chita. When the report was tabled, the governor called a press conference and said his hands were tied. He cannot act on the report. And I think number 5, Mr. Speaker, we will soon find out the clip because it puts the governor in the crime scene. Roman number B, abuse of office. Number 1, illegal appointments, unlawful dismissals and transfers, and usurpation of the constitutional and statutory functions of the county public service. Number one, the governor has variously engaged in number one, gross misconduct. Roman number two, gross violation of Article 10, 73, 75, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution. Roman number three, gross violation of Section 17 of the Public Officer Ethics Act, Section 55, Section 59, Section 59A, Section 60, Section 62, Section 63, Section 64, and Section 65 of the County Governments Act, Section 4 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act 2017, and variously abused his office by skewed, uncompetitive, nepotic appointments of county employees on various cadres. For instance, the governor recently hired his own brother, one Victor Mutai, as a revenue clerk. It is on record. Similarly, the governor's personal assistant's wife, one Chepkirui Masi, who was recently hired as a nurse on contract basis, was confirmed, yet there are a number of nursing staff who have been serving on contract for long without confirmation. And Mr. Speaker, this nurse graduated in 2023, and we have nurses who graduated in 2015. They were never considered, yet they applied for the position. This is an irregularity, Mr. Speaker. Number B, illegally appointing one Mrs. Alice Bett, now judge of the High Court, as the county attorney when there was a substantive office holder, an act which the Employment and Labor Relations Court, Honorable Lady Justice Wasilwa, affirmed was irregular, unprocedural, unlawful in Sang versus Governor, Kericho County, and two others, petition E001 of 2023. In that case, the governor was found by the court to be in gross violation of Article 73 and 232 of the Constitution. His actions found to be illegal and unconstitutional and ordered to pay costs of Kenya shillings 2 million and costs personally. The governor has therefore been already adjudged to be in gross violation of the law, and all the Assembly and Senate. Mr. Speaker, this is even one count that can make the governor not to hold office again. Number C, causing the advertisement of the position of doctors, nurses, early childhood ECD education, ECD teachers, just to endear himself politically when he knew the county government did not have capacity to hire. The applicants were subsequently not shortlisted, nor the alleged vacancies filled up. It is only the other day where nurses and all the other cadres were filled. But for the ECD teachers to date, they have never been filled. Number D, illegally deploying health staff via notice dated 22nd July 2024 without any justification, authority, and involvement of the County Public Service Board, thus creating a crisis in health sector. Number E, since his assumption in office, the governor has dismissed a total of 10 county executive committee members, that is the CECs, 6 chief officers, 2 chiefs of staff, and among other senior county staff without any cause or reason, thus exposing the county to protracted litigation and the risk of huge compensation in damages. The governor has perpetuated his firing spree not for any reason, but as a show of might, power, and authority. And that is where the abuse lies. Mr. Speaker, the last 6 CECs were fired via a Facebook post one evening before the Christmas. Very unfortunate, very unethical. Mr. Speaker, evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, and complicity in the foregoing acts of illegal appointments, unlawful dismissals and transfers, and usurpation of constitutional and statutory functions of the county organs is to be found in Roman number 1. Judgment of the Employment and Labor Relations Court in Kericho in the case of Collins Sang versus Governor Kericho County and 2 others. Petition E001 of 2023, and it was confirmed in 2024. That is KEELRC, Kericho County Assembly Exhibit number 12. Roman number 2, a bundle of notices from the governors dismissing the CECs, COs, and other staff. Kericho County Assembly Exhibit number 13. Roman number 3, copies of bundle of sample court documents filed in various cases. Kericho County Assembly Exhibit number 14. Roman number 2, subversion, discrediting, and impeding of the oversight role of the County Assembly. Number 1, on September 13, 2024, the governor engaged in 1, gross misconduct. Number 2, gross violated the provisions of Article 10, that is, and grossly violated the provisions of Article 10, Article 73, Article 75, Article 174, and Article 185(3) of the Constitution, and abused his office by writing to the Speaker, purporting to direct the Speaker on, inter alia, the timelines the Speaker should give the chief officers who are summoned by the Assembly for questioning in exercise of the Assembly's oversight mandate. Evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, complicity in the foregoing acts of subversion, discrediting, and impeding of the oversight role of the County Assembly is to be found in, number 1, a letter by the governor dated 20th August 2024 addressed to the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kericho, Kericho County Assembly Exhibit number 15. And 2, a letter from the Speaker to the governor dated 3rd September 2024, Kericho County Assembly Exhibit number 16. Number C, charge number C, gross misconduct. Number 1, bullying, incitement, vilification of people and county staff. Number 1, on various occasions, the governor has repeatedly engaged in 1, Roman number 1, gross misconduct, and Roman number 2, gross violation of the provisions of Article 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution, and Sections 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act by, number A, the governor has been operating with impunity as though he is above the law. On the second day of being sworn in office, the governor led a mob to invade a private land owned by one, Mr. Josiah Kiblangat-Kogo, within Kericho town, and tore down the fence. The governor has since designated the land as an illegal dump site operated by the county government without the consent of the registered proprietor, National Environmental Management Authority, that is NEMA, approval, gazettement by the county designating the parcel as a dump site, and in total disregard of a court order issued by the Environment and Land Court in Kericho in ELC petition number E001 of 2022. That is Josiah Kiblangat-Kogo versus the county government of Kericho. The governor has also obstructed the enforcement of the orders by the police administration. The actions are illegal, contemptuous to the authority and dignity of the court and the rule of law, unethical and demeaning the office of the governor, the office the governor holds. Further, as a result of the illegal actions of the governor, the county was condemned to pay costs. Number B, none of the dismissed CECs, COs, chiefs of staff, and other senior county staff were given fair administrative action, that is due process and hearing, thus violating the provisions of Article 41, fair labor practices, Article 47, fair administrative action, and Article 51, fair hearing of the Constitution. Number C, the governor has persistently intimidated, molested, and harassed county officers who do not sing to his tune, leaving officers jittery and creating an atmosphere of fear, uncertainty, and despondency in the county, and thus creating a toxic work environment. This violates the provision of sections 11 and 13 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012. And number D, the governor has persistently used divisive and unbecoming language, which undermines the office he holds, contrary to Section 8 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012. Number E, the acts of the governor enumerated above have collectively brought dishonor and disrepute into the office of the governor in violation of Chapter 6 of the Constitution and Leadership and Integrity Act 2012. Evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, and complicity in the preceding acts of incitement, vilification, and indecent sexual conduct found in affidavit of Joseph Kiplangat Kogo, sworn in on 23rd September, sworn on 23rd September 2023 in support of notice of that one. And then we have judgment of the ELC petition number E001 of 2022, Joseph Kiplangat Kogo versus the county government of Kericho. Kericho County Assembly exhibit number 18. Video clips numbered KCAV, KCAV 6, KCAV 7, KCAV 8. Of course, these are the ones where the governor is talking. Mr. Speaker, we will have, there is a typo because we don't have the other part of this. Mr. Speaker, up to that, I want to believe I'm done. Mr. Speaker, I long to the time we'll move this motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much, the Honorable Protector Rowan. Honorable members, before we proceed to the other order of business, I thought it wise that using standing order number 1, there is a submission to this County Assembly of Kericho. That is a request for consideration of an impeachment motion against His Excellency Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutai, of which I will share with the motion mover. But if you may permit me, because of the interest of the public, I will just read it. The letter is addressed to the Speaker, County Assembly of Kericho, PO Box 1122, 2200 Kericho, Kenya, and CC to the Clerk, County Assembly of Kericho, PO Box 112, 2200 Kericho, Kenya. It was received by our offices, Office of the Clerk, today at 6 August 2025. Also, Office of the Speaker, the same dates. 1, and I'll read, a defining moment for Kericho County. Honorable Speaker, honorable members of the County Assembly, history is calling, and it is calling you. I hope you are listening. This letter is addressed to the honorable members, it's only through the Speaker and the Clerk. I repeat, number 1, a defining moment for Kericho County. Honorable Speaker, honorable members of the County Assembly, history is calling, and it is calling you. This is not about politics, it's not about tribes or factions, it is about the soul of Kericho County. It is about whether we allow impunity to flourish under the cover of popularity, and whether we rise courageously and constitutionally to defend the principles enshrined in our supreme law. You swore an oath not to individuals, not to political expediency, but to uphold and defend the Constitution and the law without fear or favor. That oath is being tested today. Number 2, why we are here again. You will recall that this Assembly, acting in accordance with Article 185 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Government Act, once impeached His Excellency Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutai on grave allegations of A, gross violation of the Constitution, B, abuse of office and unethical conduct, C, mismanagement and misuse of county resources. The matter went before the Senate. Let us be clear, the Senate did not acquit him on merit. The case was never dismissed as baseless. The process collapsed only because of the 2/3 majority threshold that was not met. The allegations, therefore, remain a constitutional wound unhealed and now reopened by fresh evidence of fraudulent and fictitious payments confirmed in the ad hoc committee report that this House adopted on 5th August 2025. This is not a deja vu, this is an escalation. Number 3, the new evidence, a constitutional alarm bell. The ad hoc committee report reads like an audit of shame. A, fraudulent and fictitious payment running into millions of shillings. B, irregular procurement processes, use of public funds without lawful authority. This is not rumor, this is not hearsay, this is documented, tabled, adopted by you, the representatives of the people. Reading this is not communication from the chair. It is just that we have received, and normally it didn't come as petition. If it was a petition, we should have committed it before petition. So allow me to finish. And we must say it bluntly, these violations are not accidental, they are not administrative errors, they are a pattern, a system enabled, permitted, and perpetuated by the governor. 4, responsibility. The buck stops with the governor. We anticipate the governor's likely defense. It was not me, it was my officers. Honorable members, we have heard this song before. It played during the first impeachment. It will play again, but the law and common sense rejects it. Section 33F of the County Government Act states, in black and white, the governor shall be accountable for the management and use of county resources, not the chief officer, not the accountant, the governor. This responsibility is personal, non-transferable, and constitutional. To excuse the governor on grounds that it was the officers will make impeachment an illusion a dead letter. As the Supreme Court held in Mumo Matemu versus Trusted Society, integrity is about fitness to hold office, not criminal conviction. A governor who presides over financial growth is constitutionally unfit, whether or not he signed the voucher himself. 5, a lesson from the nature, the scorpion and the frog. Permit me a fable. A scorpion begged a frog to ferry it across the river. The frog hesitated, "You will sting me." The scorpion promised peace. Midway across, the sting came, and they both sank. The frog asked, "Why?" The scorpion replied, "Because it is in my nature." Honorable members, when this governor first faced impeachment, he promised change. He even claimed that his children were still young. He vowed to reform. He sought mercy. The Senate spared him, not because he was innocent, but because the numbers were not enough. Yet here we are again, the same sting, the same poison. Fraudulent payments, fictitious vouchers, a governance culture steeped in opacity. Do we need more proof? Character does not change under comfort. It only depends. 6, constitutional imperative. Why the law gives you power? Why the law gives you this power? Article 181 of the Constitution leads grounds for removal of a governor. A, gross violation of the Constitution or any other law, abuse of office, gross misconduct, gross financial impropriety. All 4 apply here. And why does the Constitution entrust you with this power? Because democracy is not mob rule. Popular mandate is not a license to loot. The framers of the Constitution foresaw the Barabbas problem, that sometimes the crowd cheers for the wrong man. That is why you, the county assembly, are the constitutional speed bump against the tyranny of popularity. 7, the standards. This is political accountability, not a criminal trial. This is not about beyond reasonable doubt. It is not a murder trial. This is political accountability, a sui generis process, as the Supreme Court affirmed in the Wambora case. The standard here is higher than mere suspicion, but lower than criminal proof. It is the standard of reasoned political judgment. And what is before you? A pattern of violations, fresh evidence of fraudulent payments, a governor who has demonstrated incapacity or unwillingness to govern within the law. Number 8, if you excuse this, you turn away, you declare open season for theft in Kericho, you send a chilling message, loot with abandon. When caught, blame your genius. When someone hide behind technicalities, the assembly will do nothing. But if you act, you send a different message. Kericho County is not Kusaidikika. Here the Constitution breathes. Here integrity trumps impunity. Number 9, closing appeal. This is not a fiction. As Dr. Mudombi Diankolu told the Supreme Court, even if you were to look at this case with the most generous set of eyes, even if you were as benevolent as Father Christmas, the verdict is the same. This is not much ado about nothing. It is much ado about something grave. This assembly is not a theater of tragicomedy. It is a temple of constitutionalism. Kericho is bleeding. The hammerfage must stop. You hold the scalpel. Use it. What next? That's number 10. The people of the great county of Kericho are waiting to see a proposed motion like this. And I'm reading, don't quote, that pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33 of the County Government Act and standing orders of this Assembly, this House resolves to initiate the process of removing from office His Excellency Dr. Eric Mutai, Governor of Kericho County, on the grounds of gross violation of the Constitution, abuse of office, and gross financial impropriety, as established by the ad hoc committee report adopted by this House. Number 11, declaration. I hereby declare that this letter is made in good faith, free of malice, and in the public interest to uphold constitutional values, ensure integrity in county leadership. Signed by Nicholas Kipkemo Chumba, ID number, ward, phone, dated 6th August. These were no honorable members after consultation with the clerk, since we could not omit it under petitions. I will just hand over to the motion mover so that you can perhaps, if the motion, when the time of debate and adoption, you can consider, the House can consider the issues that have been raised. But as you all know, honorable members, that now that we have a motion, a notice of motion to remove the governor, we are guided by our standing orders. That is, I'll refer you to standing order number 70. And from there onwards, we shall be communicating on the other issues as envisaged by the standing order, more so on matters of public participation, and even giving the governor who is accused the right to be heard. So please be guided accordingly. Our offices, that is the office of the Speaker and the clerk, shall be communicating in due course on the next course of action, as well as the date when the governor shall appear here and a vote shall be taken to determine the impeachment process. So, honorable members, that is what I have to say in regards to this notice of motion. And now we can proceed to the other order of business. Clerk, next order.
Motion by the Chairman of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries.
That is the notices of motion. That is, we are continuing with notices of motion, clerk.
Notice of motion by Chairman of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries.
Yes, the Chairman, Agriculture and Fisheries. This is the joint, I want to believe this is the joint committee by both two committees, that is Agriculture as well as cooperatives. Yes, give notice of your motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. I would like to give the notice of motion raised by Honorable Philip Rono on the implementation status of National Agriculture Value Chain Development Project, FCPD, in Kericho County.
All right, thank you. Next.
Notice of motion by Chairman of Implementation Committee.
The Honorable Dr. Moses.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to give a notice of motion that this House adopt the report on the motion by Honorable Philip Rono on the implementation status of strategic intervention projects in the county. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, thank you so much. The next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
All right, the Honorable Chairman, Agriculture. Our next order, sorry.
Order number 8, motion by the Chairman of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries.
The Honorable Chairman, Julius Shield. And I will direct that you start from observation and recommendations.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the guidance you have given to me.
Order, Honorable. This is not the strategic intervention one. So for this is NAV CDP.
Thank you.
I want you to start from page number 9. Number 9, page number 9. Yes, the Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. 4.2.
Number 9. As you can summarize from page number 9.
Committal to Joint Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries and Cooperative Management, Tourism and Wildlife. The motion was committed to Joint Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries and Cooperative Management, Tourism on 15th July 2025 for inquiry and reporting to the House. The County Assembly Clerk wrote to the County Executive Committee member in charge of Agriculture, Livestock and Cooperative to respond on the issue raised in the motion. Response. Motion by the County Executive member in charge of Agriculture, Livestock and Cooperative. The County Executive member in charge of Agriculture, Livestock and Cooperative responded to the motion via a letter reference as Ref KEC 33/1, volume 1/143, dated 29 July 2025. See Annexure 2 being a copy of the response from the County Executive Committee member in charge of Agriculture and Cooperative. Mr. Speaker, the Joint Committee held meetings to deliberate on response from the County Executive member in charge of Agriculture and Cooperative as responded. Joint Committee oversight visited the projects funded by NAFCPD on 31st July 2025. The Joint Committee made oversight visit to the project funded by NAFCPD in the county to ascertain the facts against the response by the CCM on the implementation status of NAFCPD projects as follows. Mr. Speaker, I would like to report to you that we subdivided ourselves into groups and we visited all the offices of our sub-counties that are designated for these NAFCPD projects, ward findings, observation, and provision of the law. Number 1, Kaliet Almasi Sacco Society, which is in Society Limited, which is in Kipkelian Ward. Findings. The official of the society could not be found as their office was closed at the time of the visit. Observation. Provision of the law. Kamashan Sacco Society. Kamashan Ward. Benefited on office table, fireproof cabinet and office and cabinet, fireproof cabinet and office. Not livery and assets registered to prove that they were supplied by the NAFCPD. Number 3, that is Kunya, 2-year Sacco Limited. The Sacco benefited on chair, fireproof cabinet with broken glasses and office table. Not livery, notes and glasses and assets registered to prove that they were supplied. This is in contravention of Section 48 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015. The inspection Number 6, Seretut Cheptororiet Ward, Torochka Sacco Society Limited. Nothing was found. I think nothing was reported on the site. Number 7, seek await what? Seek await CDDC Sacco Society Limited benefited from NAFCPD on office chair, including chair, table, and cabinet, and cash disbursement of 410,000. No delivery notes and assets registered to prove that they were supplied by NAFCPD. No banking in-slip statement to ascertain the cash disbursement. There was contravention of Section 158 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015. Kablel Artet Sacco Society benefited from NAFCPD on office chair, table, and cabinet, and cash disbursement of 410,000. No delivery notes and assets registered to prove that they were supplied by NAFCPD. No banking in-slip statement to ascertain in the cash. This is contravention of Section 48 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal 2015, the inspection and acceptance. Mr. Speaker, we are in number 10, that is Soin Sacco Society Limited. Benefited from NAFCPD on office chair, table, cabinet, and cash disbursement of 410,000. No delivery notes and assets registered to prove that they were supplied by the NAFCPD. No banking in-slip statements to ascertain the cash disbursement. This is in contravention of Section 48 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015. The inspection and the acceptance committee did not carry out due diligence before the acceptance of goods as the goods were delivered in bad state. Number 11, Chemosad Ward, Ufalme Wallet Sacco Limited. Benefited from NAFCPD on office cabinet, table, executive chair, desktop, computer. No delivery notes and assets registered to prove that they were delivered. This is in contravention of Section 48 of Public Procurement and Assets Disposal. The inspection and the acceptance committee did not carry out any due diligence before the acceptance of goods as they were delivered in bad state. Number 12, Chepoin Cherobus Sacco Society. Benefited from NAFCPD fireproof filing cabinet, office chair, and table, complete computer desktop has received 110 inclusion grant. No delivery notes and assets registered to prove that they were supplied by NAFCPD. No banking in-slip statement to ascertain that to ascertain the cash disbursement. This in contravention of Section 48 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015. Mr. Speaker, we go to number 13. That is the Chilchila Sacco Society. The Sacco office were closed at the time of visit, pending approval by CPSC due to lack of funds for implementation of inclusion grant. Kisiara Ward. Kisiara Sacco Society Limited benefited on fireproof metal cabinet, complete computer, desktop, Epson printer, and office chair and table, pending approval by CPSC due to lack of funds for implementation. The Pesonic Katepu Sacco Society. During the scheduled ward visit, the SACCO premises located at the Besonic Center was closed, pending approval by CPSC due to lack of funds for implementation. Mr. Speaker, we go to number 19. That is Kipchimchim Ward. Mutai SACCO Society Limited benefited on office table, chair, fireproof metal cabinet, desktop computer, printer, Epson Mac, CPU, and interrupted power supply, UPS, no financial support, no delivery document on the same. Pending approval by CPSC due to lack of funds for implementation of the inclusion grant. Number 12, Kipchebor SACCO Society benefited from SACCO on office table, chair, fireproof metal cabinet, desktop computer, printer, that is Epson, Mcas, CPU, uninterrupted power supply, UPS, no financial support, no delivery document on the same. Pending approval by the CPSC due to lack of funds for implementation. Mr. Speaker, we go to number 25. That is Kabianga, which is in Kabianga Ward. Kabianga Porot SACCO Society. Pending approval by CPSC due to lack of funds for implementation of the inclusion grant. 26. Freelance Litain Ward. Freelance SACCO Society Limited benefited on office table, chair, fireproof, cabinet, desktop computer, printer, Epson Mcas, CPU, uninterrupted power supply, UPS, no financial support, no delivery document on the same. Pending approval by CPSC due to lack of funds for implementation of inclusion grant. Kapkatet Ward. Benefited on office table, pending approval by SACCO, I think, Kapkatet SACCO Society Limited. Benefited on fire table, chair, fireproof metal desktop computer, printer, Epson, that is Mac, CPU, uninterrupted power supply, UPS, no financial support, no delivery document on the same. CPSC due to lack of funds for implementation of the inclusion grant. Number 28, Cheblanget, which is Cheblanget Ward, Cheblanget SACCO, pending approval by CPSC due to lack of funds for implementation of the inclusion grant. 29, Tendeno Soget, Inua Mkulima SACCO Society. The SACCO Society Limited has not yet complied to the condition of the NAPCPT support. Number 30, Mr. Speaker, that is Chaik Ward, Chaik CDC SACCO Society. Has not started yet. It had not met the criteria needed. The SACCO Society has not yet. The SACCO Society Limited has not yet complied to the condition of the NAPCPT support. Number B, status of FPOS inclusion grant. That is number, project, word, findings, observation. I think this, is it repetition? It's okay. Project, word, finding, observation. Number 1, that is Kipkelion. The project name is Jeptil Pay FCS Limited. Findings: the society office was closed at the time of the visit. Observation: proposal has been forwarded to NPCU for approval. Jelilis that is in Jerilis New FCS Limited, that is in Jemosot. Proposals have been forwarded to NPCU for approval. Retain the FCS Limited, that is Kipagenge. Proposal have been forwarded to NPCU for approval. Kabianga FCS Limited. The society have received support from the county, including capacity building during the procurement process of the tractor and the farm implement through NAPCPD programs. The society has started value addition, packaging, fresh milk, yogurt, and mala. I think this is the project that has started its work through NAPCPD, among us some that will be highlighted as we move on. Waldai, Sewa FCS Housing Cooperative Society Limited. The society was yet to benefit from the NAPCPD program since it was awaiting an inclusion grant of Kenya shilling 700,000. Proposal has been forwarded to NPCU for approval. Mr. Speaker, we go to Seretut, that is Chepteroriet Ward, Seretut FCS Limited. The society had been proposed a feed mixer which is yet to be delivered. The feed's raw materials was applied without a mixer, straining the operation of the society. Have been promised a tractor. Proposals have been forwarded to NPCU for approval. Number 7, Kapsusir.